This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri. I have been trucking hard. Jaden has been washing hard. And Dad should be coming down the driveway any moment now with his new Peterbilt. That Peterbilt had to go to town to get inspected, and it needs a couple things, but we already knew that. And Dad ordered a bunch of stuff from 4 States Trucks down in Joplin, and it showed up like 36 hours later. Pretty quick shipping. We went ahead and brought the new truck back home because Midway was not going to be able to start replacing the things that needed replaced just yet, and we're going to make our pile of stuff from 4 States a lot smaller. Included in the pile of stuff that Dad got is a new bumper, different headlights, a new visor, all kinds of cool stuff. I did notice that this one has a low back seat and not a high back seat. He also has a couple new to him rims, and these are the oval kind, which is apparently the Peterbilt way. And now they match the ones up front. First on our list of things to fix on this truck is this Deer Slayer bumper, the oil field special that likely weighs several hundred pounds. I didn't eat breakfast this morning, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to lift this. Luckily, we have a forklift. You better get out of here, little dog. There's gonna be major construction going on. I don't want to do this, but I have to do this.
Yeah, we got the bolts out, but it doesn't want to come loose, so we're gonna give it a little bit of a yank and see if that works. So far, no. Moving the truck. We got to add something else attaching it, Chase.
But there's nothing else.
Yeah. We better look. We got to get the bumper off. Make it look a little bit more like a truck. I did put some freshly polished wheels in the back, so that helped out a lot. Get the rest of her polished up, will look more like a real truck. Yeah, things have escalated quickly. We've taken like 8 bolts out, which is 4 more than should hold the bumper on. Still won't come off, so we're scrapping the bumper anyway. We're going to start cutting into it, see if we can figure out where it's being held on to. We've been pulling up with a forklift. Can't get it to budge. It's attached somewhere up high, but we just don't know where.
Ready?
Yeah, we're recording. That's how it's done.
Time for some Monday morning things and take this Peterbilt up to Midway. It needs a couple things done to it, like an oil pan, a gasket, and we gotta take the flatbed up to town as well. And this new Ostrom seat, man, it's nice, but I wish this semi had like the Fat Boy kit where it, slides this wall back here back like another 6 inches, have a lot more room. You could lean the seat back a little bit. I just put some brand new Schlickum on these lawnmower blades. These two, yes, that means you and May, you guys haven't done very much, have you? For a couple days, we had a break from the high heat and humidity of tropical Northeast Missouri, but now we're back to the kind of sticky weather. And the 9620 RX that got blown up a couple years ago, well, I think she's going to be leaving. With no help from these two, I'm going to get the mower blades back on and get back to mowing. It's mostly safe to do it this way. Customer states that the fuel is coming out of here pretty slow. No kinks. My next culprit is this 90-degree bend here, which I probably should have fixed before. Now, last week, the pump was pumping slow again, and it came in and it was still halfway full, and the guy looked at the elbow here and said, "That's probably your problem." Dad and I are going to take 2 loads over to Jacksonville here this evening. It's just after 7 o'clock. It takes like an hour and 15-20 minutes to get there. Not too bad of an evening run. Just enough time in the truck that you don't go crazy. but not short enough that you feel like you didn't get anything done. And when it's dark, I get to turn my chicken lights on. Typical of driving a semi in the evening hours, windshield is now covered with bugs. However, both Dad and I did make it here to Jacksonville without any issues. Dad and I must look really cool on our matching Kenworth T680s with red fenders. But we'd look a lot cooler in matching Peterbilts.
Wow, what's this guy doing here? It's almost like we're hauling corn, and we're twins. Both in the Kenworths, both are at Bartlett. Just getting weighed in, probed, go dump. Getting close to being done with the corn. Close.
His trailer is objectively more cool than mine though, just because it has 2 rows of 9 lights and mine only has like 3 on it. There's a Love's Travel Stop just across the road from Bartlett here. I was tempted to go in there and grab myself a soda for being such an awesome super trucker, only to come up over the overpass and see that it was very full with actual truckers, not just grain haulers and day cabs like me. Look at how nice and wide open this dump area is. And I like to pull up to where my front rear tandem is just kind of at the edge of the pit. Get stopped and then just go dump it. Skyscrapers of the Midwest, right there. Concrete grain silos. Unlike other neighbors, if you leave your cab lights on after work, Goldingers will come and turn them off. Dead battery has been prevented.
New Peterbilt came back today. That got replaced. Turbo actuator quit working, and usually that means the entire turbo. So yeah, I don't know what that costs, but can't be cheap. Pretty typical though, when the actuator has issues, the entire thing is done, so kind of wasn't surprised. They did a little air conditioner work as well, put a new dryer on there, a few other things, checked over good. So we should be good to go. Finish up our corn hauling here and got some equipment to haul. Oh, got the polishing finished up yesterday. Of course, bumper is new. Haven't put the headlights back on yet, but got it wrapped up. Took him better part of 2 days, but this thing, yeah, it was tough. But again, like I've said before, hard to believe that those wheels look that good. Toolbox came out real nice. Ended up, we just moved this tank. It was too close to those wheels. Couldn't even get a fender in there. But you could tell, yeah, you can see my reflection. That's how shiny it is. Got a dent here. Somebody, at some point in time, cranked on her way too hard. Put a dent in the tank. Got a dent down here. That's the only downside to having it all shiny. Is all the imperfections that were hidden before. Now you can see them. Got to get rid of those metal straps and put some kind of stainless or something on there. That looks bad, but yeah, this tank here got all kinds of little dents and dings in it. And I guess that's what you get with a used truck. Anyway, we're gonna work on here maybe a little bit over the weekend. Try to get the visor on it. Get the headlights put on. Get her back to the shop next week and hopefully get her wrapped up and get her on the road.
It's 7:30 on Saturday, the 16th of August. Down here in the bottom, where I live, gonna turn the 2 valves here at this pivot so that this pivot will start. And, well, this one's, I think, one of the older pivots that we've got, so it does not have all the smart stuff on it, so you got to start this one manually. All we got to do is turn this so that it's pointed this way, and then turn this one so it's pointed that way. Early in the morning, these things are kind of wet. I know that you can't really see it on the video, but once all the water gets into the pipe on the top, the whole pivot sinks down like 3 or 4 inches, maybe more. It's kind of neat. But it takes it a while for all the water to get way up there to the end. Since I'm down here next to all of it, I'll tell you a little bit of history about the bottom. This whole row of trees behind me used to be like 13 house lots along the bay, the Bay de Charles. And in 1993, when the levee broke, the government, like the federal government, came in and they bought most of the house lots in the bottom that people were living on, and then gave them to the county. And now the county rents these house lots out to people for a couple $100. But bear in mind that there's not really anything that you can do other than hunt on some old house lots that are grown up with trees in a river bottom. Truck may be Cummins powered, but cats are still pretty cool, right, little kitty cat? Meow? Are your Jake brakes loud? Oh wow, look at that. So very shiny. Old Dalton Beckett out of Hannibal with B&A polishing. Wow, he really did a nice job with this one. Last night at the Williamstown Pole in Williamstown, Missouri, Dad brought home 4th place with a pole of like 261 or something like that. I don't know. I was just there.
Saturday afternoon, my project is to remove this control panel. All the wiring, cabling going to our hydraulic trap opener. This particular one here been replaced before. This is a 2011 trailer. It's been around for a little while, but got where we couldn't get both hoppers to dump, only one at a time. Opened up that box and water came out of it. So the circuit board inside has been shorted out or something. So I have the new update kit, which will convert it over to the newer style keypad, but then you also have to install this new box. I got some wire that hopefully I don't have to use, but I might. This truck's had a load on it for 2 weeks. I had to take it to Jacksonville one night and it wouldn't open at all, so I had to bring it back. So I'll be glad to get this thing where it's fully functional. So to get this all put together, it does actually work. Just had a little bit of an oil leak back up there in one of those valves, so I put a new O-ring in there. Put my pan down there to catch my mess. So what I got left to do is figure out how to make the remote work on this, which would require probably a phone call to the company to see whether the remote I have functions or not. Anyway, get this truck out of here, bring the other Peterbilt in and put the lights back on it, a couple other things, and be ready for the week. Continuing the ongoing quest to make this truck a little less ugly. So again, we finished the polishing there Friday, or I guess not we, Dalton got before and after polishing. He does a really nice job. I know he'd like to have had a little more time to work on a few other things, but he was here for 2 days as it was. Got our other tank moved forward. Got room now to get fenders in there. Oh, we haven't really messed with the visor other than taking the old one off. I got these chrome fender guards. Help between the fender guard and the light, help hide a lot of these really bad looking paint chips. So we're gonna peel the sticker off of there, put the headlights on there, and see how far else I can get. Now, gotta put my Peterbilt emblem on the side. It just doesn't look right without it. Got the lights put on. No visor though. Decided it's gotta go back to town tomorrow, so didn't really want to start that visor if we couldn't finish it. Shiny, you can see May's reflection. Bell as well. Did have a little shower came through here this afternoon. We didn't get much here at the shop, but had a nice rain in the bottom and some other places, so we'll take what we can get. Been hot and dry otherwise.
It's Sunday afternoon. We just got a nice little shower, courtesy of that rain cloud over there. And it actually feels pretty pleasant to be outside right now. Earlier today, that was not the case. At my house on the bottom, it rained a little bit longer than it did here. It doesn't look quite as wet over here as it does in the bottom. I'm finally getting around to working on this planter, or dismantling this planter, I should say. We're gonna make a cut right about in here and split this 6-row into a 2-row and a 4-row. And the 4-row section is going to have the transmission, and all I will have to do is weld some 3-point stuff back on it, and it will be ready to go to the guy that I'm selling it to. It's truly a wonderful evening out in God's creation on this Sunday. If there was ever a visual representation of the year 2025, this would be it. I did not think that all the stuff in the toolbar of the planter was going to burn very well, so I didn't blow all of it out like I probably should have before it all caught on fire. Here's my cool outhouse. Okay, all of the crud has been cleared from the cutting area. I kind of cut myself a little window in here so I could see what I was doing. And besides, not going to use all of the toolbar anyway. Good morning, foul beasts. I see you all haven't done anything all night, like hunt animals, since there's grain bins right there. I'm mostly convinced that these cats do nothing all day except wait for me to get back. Well, Jiminy Cricket, where'd you go? There's a cricket under there somewhere. As some of you may know, Half Century Progress in Rantoul, Illinois is in a few days, actually 2 days after the release of this video. And I'm taking the 7020, my disc again, like last year, just not bringing quite as much stuff as I did in years past, mostly due to not using as much of it as I'd like to, and the time and fuel involved in transporting it there. But I've got just a couple things I want to do here on this tractor before it leaves. I'm going to put I'm going to slide a weight from back there to up here, try and make the tractor sit a little bit more level, may let some air out of the front tires. And this tractor and the disc as well, they both need a little bit of a bath. Nothing crazy, just because it doesn't get a whole lot of hours every year, but I want it to look nice. Oh, wow. Another lovely evening here. The battery appears to be quite dead, and the jump pack is also quite dead. So I'm just going to pull the battery out, throw it on the charger overnight or for however long, and hope that it holds charge, but it may not because it's from 2023. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, enjoyed the end, thank goodness, the end of trucking to Jacksonville and Naples. Dad shot me a couple clips too. Those are going to be included, and I hope that I will see some of you at Half Century Progress in Rantoul, Illinois. Starts on Thursday, goes until Saturday. If you want to find me, find the 7020, or, well, I'll just be around doing some cool stuff, you know. But anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all on the next one. So take care.